I want to ask too. So, did you become a millionaire through Hex?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Paper multi-millionaire. Most of the money is not available until 2030 and 2036.
Oh
Which
wow.
live frugally off of quarterly stakes. Um, I, I grew up in a so a lot of people don't know this about me, but I grew up in a poor background. Right, I'm
Mm,
one of 15 kids. Same mother,
wow.
same father, all individual births, no twins. Hi, mom and dad, if you're listening, thank you.
Yeah.
uh,
Thank you, parents. That's a
yeah,
lot of work.
but they brought a lot of kids into this world, and we never grew up with a lot of money. Um, I've done people. I've recently had some tweets on Twitter. I've had a crazy background. I grew up what I would classify as a cult. I grew up in a cult for 27 years. I was brainwashed as a child.
Mm,
I don't hold any hard feelings toward my parents. My parents did the best job that they could do, and I think they did a pretty good job. It was just religious ideologies that were like extreme. But I came
mm,
out of that, and I was really lost in this world, not really having because when you grow up and you find out later that everything that you were taught was a lie, it's very hard at an older age. It's very hard to kind of like you feel like you're starting from scratch. Like I'm 41, I feel like I'm 14,
mm.
right? So
That's a good feeling.
yeah, I'm still young. Um, but yeah, so it's hard to like navigate through life, and so you try a bunch of things. Like I worked at BMW dealership, worked at J.C. Penney's, I've delivered pizza. I've worked at Solar City. I've worked as a security guard.
Mm,
I was a sergeant in the United States Army as a helicopter mechanic and a turbine jet engine
wow.
mechanic. I was a wind turbine technician. I started my own precious metal business. I've done a lot of things in life. Uh, Went to Ohio State for an applied math degree that I never finished. I just did a lot of stuff in life. I was experimenting and trying it out and trying to find my way and navigate like a harsh world from my perspective. Along the way, oh yeah, so there was some just many difficult journeys along the way. I was homeless for a short period of time. Lived out of my car
Mm.
for 3 months. I
But was your
lost.
car a Tesla? That's different.
Yeah. Now I have no. It was a 2005 Honda Civic in the winter
Mm.
in New York. It
Oh wow.
was rough. It was rough. Yeah.
Not a Tesla. Gotcha.
Operated a precious metal business at a Starbucks, showered at the YMCA, slept in my car outside of hotels. Just did my best to just try to survive. And then I realized after some time, I was like, this is stupid. I can't just go somewhere else and try to like rebuild and like find out how to solve the money problems. Because so for me, I took a risk. I walked away from a $70,000 a year job as a helicopter mechanic in the United States Army. I took a risk on myself and walked away from that because I didn't want to work for the rest of my life. I didn't want to be a slave to a system that I did not agree with. Bear in mind, I have much respect for anyone that works their ass off, for any blue collar worker, for anyone that's working honestly, that's working at McDonald's or Wendy's. Even though we joke about that stuff in crypto, I have respect for anyone, no matter what you do. I don't care if
Right.
you're like the lowest person on the totem pole and have no education, whatever. I just respect hard workers.
Yeah.
Everyone's just trying to survive in life. But I've been through my fair share of just hardships. I lost and this is a little bit vulnerable, so I'm careful here, but I lost a brother to suicide when he was 26 years old,
Mm.
and that was hard to get through. Pain like that never goes away. So I've had my fair share of hardships in life.
Sorry to
Uh,
hear that.
yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know I didn't mean to make it all like sad and depressing, um,
Yeah, it's your story.
but
We're
yeah,
we're here.
it's my story, it's my life, and I feel like I want people to know the honest truth, the genuine side. Like I don't pretend to be something that I'm not. I'm not some great person because I'm a self-made retired multi-millionaire from Hex. I'm very proud of that accomplishment, and I'm so grateful to people like Richard Hart and other friends that I've made in the Hex community that allowed that to happen. But at the end of the day, what are we really in the grand scheme of things in an infinite, ever expanding universe? How important is anyone really? Do you think we're important because we drive a Tesla or because we're multimillionaires or because we're billionaires or trillionaires? It's actually really meaningless. I think we're important if we just produce a positive effect in the world, whether we're broke as fuck or whether we're rich as fuck or somewhere in between, I think we just need to make the world a better place. And obviously none of us are perfect. We make mistakes in life. People have seen my mistakes in the HEX community or Hedron community or whatever. You know, like anyway, no one is perfect, I guess, but we should strive, I think, to produce, or I think we should strive to evolve to present the best version of ourselves. And if we receive constructive criticism and critique from others, we should try to analyze that and think upon it and see if we can be better people and try to make the world actually better and not just talk about it. Like, forget about, like, all day long we could talk about solving real world global problems, but it's actually meaningless until we actually go and really affect people's lives in a positive way. So I try to do that in my position now, whether it's dropping my laundry off at the laundromat and letting them clean it so that they could make extra money and leaving them like $100 cash tip or something, or giving like an ex-wife $25,000 to put towards a house, or helping out like a single mom that just got in a car crash and needs money for a car so she can get her family around, giving her $25,000. And we're not talking about loans. We're just talking about free. I like giving for free because so many people gave to me for free. They were so generous. And I think if we can make a lot of people wealthy in crypto that come from a poor background, I think those people are better for the world because they came from nothing and had nothing and appreciate everything that they have. And they actually become altruistic and generous people that really solve real world problems and just make this earth a better place, better human beings overall.
Gratitude is so underrated. And yeah, especially you can lose it over time if you become, wealthy and you start, getting the opposite of down to earth and you just start doing your own thing for a while. You can forget how, where you came from and all these things. So being grateful for what you have and creating millionaires who come from nothing. Not only is it a great story, I think it is better for the world that there's poor people who are always going to be poor because they have the poor mindset, and there's poor people who come from nothing but they learn, they're hungry for that. They have that energy. They want to be something better, and if they get it, I think that's a net positive for the world. Absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah, strong points. Yeah, and I agree with you. Like, not everyone's going to become wealthy, and not everyone needs to become wealthy. We still need everyone to perform their roles and their parts in society. For me personally, I just want to be a leader that could actually bring about real change. And it's easy to talk about that. It's meaningless. These are just meaningless words until there's real action, real freaking action. But in order to really change the world and solve some of these major problems, we actually need to get to a point where we're making billions and billions of dollars. It's crazy. People probably think I'm insane to think this way. But I actually think that Pulse Doge, even though it's a useless meme token with a dog logo and just basic code, it doesn't really matter to me. For me, it is almost like a vessel or a vehicle, which I think if it does take well and does get mass adoption and does get increasing demand with whales that actually protect the price, I think it could change a lot of people's lives. Like a lot of smaller players, it could give them life-changing money, which is good for the world. But it's also good that larger players have access to a lot of money, like billions and billions of dollars, even though they could never extract it from a market at a single point in time. They don't need to. But even if they extracted, 1% or less after the price is done, 1,000x or 10,000x or whatever, then that's putting money into the right hands and of the right people that will actually use that money to make this world just a better place. So people, it's crazy. You get so much hate. Everyone just looks at you and just misjudges you for, oh, you're just a shill. You're just shilling some meme token. Like, what's your agenda? What's your vendetta? What's your angle? How are you trying to fuck us over? Because people get fucked over so much in this life and in crypto and in its world. So I get it. I understand that perspective. But at the same time, I would just pose the question, what if you're 100% wrong? What if this is a great opportunity like HEX was? So HEX is a better version of Bitcoin. Pulse Doge is a better version of Doge. What if you could make life-changing gains, make your life better, and make the lives of those around you better? What if? That's just a question.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think you paying it forward in so many different directions. I think that shows yeah, that brings out a lot of your character, and there may be, of course, people are going to be skeptical. They're going to, you know, like you said, they've been scammed so many times. They are immediately like, prove it to me, that kind of thing. And no, I think, hey, you got to pick something to support. And I don't know if I could ever once I get into Richard Heart products, I don't even look outside of it. Like, why?
Yeah.
There's nothing better. Like, what? Where's the better founder? Show me. Cardano guy. Sorry, he's number two at best.
No one's in the same league as Richard. No one. No. Richard is just an expert at so many different topics. And it maybe it sounds like a biased position for me to say that, because I did really well from HEX. But I'm trying to be like I'm trying to step outside for a moment of myself and just look at him for the type of person that he is and the knowledge that he's given. I just think I just agree with you. He's literally the best human being in crypto. He's done so much for the space. And I think he really will change the world with HEX, with PulseX and all these things.